expect us to work in these conditions?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we've got our under 15A side from Easterns and Gauteng playing in the semi-final.
The final. So we've got the final here for the under 15 division.
And already we're seeing some great skills being displayed by both teams. You can see that they've been well drilled, well trained. It's been 3 days of hard work though, so I wonder if there's some tired legs out there. Linda joining me?
Yep, and said Gauteng went up quite early with a lovely try on the wing. So it's 1-0 to Gauteng. How many minutes are we in? Cool. So we're in 8 minutes, so there's still quite a lot of hard work to go in this final.
Oh. As you see Gauteng attacking the line here. An attempted dive, but great touch by Easterns. Oh, and here comes some great play from Gauteng with one of their field playmakers. Skip pass straight to the wing and a great diving in try.
The wing made it there look quite easy, but that's not an easy try to score.
No, most definitely. Catch the ball while you're diving is never easy indeed. Great hands by the Easterns girls. Unlucky not to finish off the 2-on-1 overlap. And the ref calling one of the Gauteng players who were offside. Let's see what Easterns can come up with here. Here comes the Easterns again. The teammates controlling play very well. And it's fifth and last turnover ball. Let's try to see how Gauteng drives out of this place. A bit of a heavy touch coming in there. And some good yards being made by the Gauteng player.
Some great running.
Some great running by the linker.
I can't see the numbers from here. Can you?
I can't see.
This
And here comes Gauteng with great setup play, but fumbling the ball. Eastern's very critical that they drive here, get some momentum going, and they're doing just that. Some great yards being won there by the Eastern's player.
Isolated there, a lot of hard work for very little yards there. No dummy half. You can see, I think I said it's been a tough 3 days. The girls are looking a little bit tired.
Right. Eastern's just going a little bit lateral over there. I think the girls need to move the ball, let the ball do a little bit more working.
Not sure what happened there.
Seems to be a bit of confusion on the field.
And up here in the commentary box. Let's see if Gauteng can take the ball forward. But again, a little bit lateral, dumping on one player. It's dummy half there.
A bit of a wild pass there coming from Gauteng in their own danger zone. I think both teams need to try and settle down, make sure that they drive out of their danger zone and then go attack on the other side. And here comes Eastern's.
Silly again.
It's a bit of a tired pass coming through from there. I think both teams struggling with being clinical at the moment. Linda, I don't know what your thoughts are. Running 3 days hard, is this more of a conditioning issue, or?
I also think a final always brings a different a set of nerves out there, and it takes a team struggle to settle. Firstly, they get tired quicker with the adrenaline of being in a final, and silly mistakes like that, which you would never see on any other type of game. So maybe, and I assume there would be a bit of fatigue. But these girls are young.
That's right. They should
be able to run for 5 days.
Oh, I remember back in your young days, Linda, you never used to get tired.
Never. Now it's one set of 6, and that's only on attack.
I can relate to that very well. Here comes Eastern's making some good yards, and they've created an opportunity, but they decide to bring the ball back inside.
No, going straight back into traffic there. Created something nice, and you see that often with the younger teams. They create something really good, and then often take it back to the oh dear. Going backwards on attack here, Easterns. Good pressure from Gauteng.
No, very good pressure from Gauteng, but I think Easterns needed to try and rather take the touch 10 meters up there. They've lost about 10-15 meters unnecessary there. Here comes Gauteng driving up. Once again, Gauteng struggling to get out of their half.
Yes, the game has been basically these 20 meters for the last 5 minutes or so. Again, not much movement. Looking a little bit better, a little bit more flowing, a little bit more better use of the ball there. Let's hope that that's the way the game starts to move.
Yes.
Oof, dumping on one person, not looking up.
Bit of stuttering is what the girls are feeling on the field there.
Yeah. Well, that's a little bit.
Also a breakdown of communication. It's looking very disjointed here from Gauteng. I think they definitely need to calm their nerves down, as you mentioned.
There we go. They're playing advantage, so that will be a penalty. So I think Gauteng will be the first time in about 5 minutes, or 5 to 10 minutes, in fact, that they'll be in their own half. Let's see what they can do with it.
Gauteng approaching the line, slowing a bit down now. Let's see what they've got planned. Here come the two mids. And she's attacking the short side.
A little bit slow there.
But once again, very indecisive and not making a decision there. I think again, Linda, as you mentioned, creating very well, but just not too sure in that last movement.
Yeah. I also think, I said, they're not exploding into the play. It feels like everything's a little bit half-paced at the moment. And again, I think some of it's fatigue, some of it's nerves. I refed one of these teams yesterday, and certainly it was quite a different game.
I certainly hope that these young ones will pick it up now. Here comes Easterns. They seem to have a set play, and fifth and last. Once again, Gauteng seems to be putting pressure on that fifth and last, winning more yards there on defense.
Yeah, not much movement off the ball, except Gauteng waiting for people to actually get on the field. A little bit of change of pace, but didn't look like the players were actually ready for it.
I think definitely these nerves are playing up with these players. You do agree with you. We've seen them both play, and they've made it to the final for a reason. And both coaches need to try and calm their teams down, get rid of the nerves, so we can see some better quality touch coming across. Pressure being applied by Gauteng now, and seems to be the last touch. This is where Eastern seems to be crumbling a bit. On the last touch, they go backwards. Let's see if they change that. Okay, much better. Still didn't lose any yards there. So very impressive from them. So I think their coaches had to work to their players. Your thoughts on taking the last touch, Linda, or rather take your chances, as Easterns has attempted a number of times?
So, I mean, I'm always in favour of a little bit of one touch. Suits me in my game, I think, but it depends where the game is. I think middle of the field, not much momentum, you're risking going back. In those situations, you need to